Good evening, everyone. Austin Ayers here with WFQO.com, home of WFQO TV Pittsburgh. Now, I want you to take a seat, relax, just picture this. Picture you are a torpedoes man or, whatever. You are a deckhand on a United States Navy ship, and you hear that there is a distress call for a ship in trouble, that pirates are going to be coming onto their ship. So, what do? You guys engage your thrusters and begin to head towards this distressed call. But as you do, missiles are coming overhead from Houthis. That's what happened here not too long ago in the Gulf of Aden. USS Mason, which is a guided missile destroyer, received an emergency distress call saying that this tanker, which was carrying loads of phosphoric acid, it's very corrosive, was actually under attack, that they had armed individuals on board trying to take over the ship. But when the United States Navy started to go en route, because mind you, if you're in international waters and hear a distress call, you legally have to go to that distress call. You cannot pick and choose. You have to change your direction and course of heading to go to that distressed call. Well, 3 China ships were out there as well, and guess what the China ships did? La 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 la. They pretended they didn't hear it. They claimed that they were there for a counter-privacy mission and that they were unable to go, even though the global law and international law says if you hear a distress call, whether you're Navy, whether you're military, private, commercial, you have to go to that distress call. Well, as the United States Navy started going, they had missiles come very close to their ship, the USS Mason. Thankfully, no one was hit by a missile, but they were able to determine that these missiles came from Yemen, where the Houthis are. If you didn't know, the Houthis are actually being backed by Iran. Now, this is nothing new. I mean, the Carney had it, the Hudner had it. We've had numerous ships out in the Red Sea, the Gulf of Aden, out in that general area with Houthi guided missiles coming overhead. And one thing I want you to understand, we've determined that the Houthis are utilizing some sort of very new technology. So their current missiles only have a range of less than or around 1,500 kilometers. Well, to be able to hit Israel with these, they'd have to go closer to 2,000 kilometers. So they are using some medium range ballistic missiles that we did not think that they had. We thought that they had some short range ballistic missiles that could go less than, 1,200 kilometers, 1,400 kilometers at max. These are going or trying to go nearly 2,000 kilometers. So they're not only pulling in more equipment that we didn't know they had, but they're getting it from some country. We don't know which one, but we can only assume that it is Iran that they are pulling in these weapons from. But good news is the Mason was never hit, the Carney was never hit, and the Hudner was never hit. But in this last one, which was the Mason, they were able to go out and get to that distressed tanker. Now, when they surrounded the tanker, 5 armed individuals got out. They hopped over the side and got in their little dinghy of a boat and tried to take off. But, this little dinghy versus this giant destroyer, who won? The destroyer. They did surrender, so they are in custody of the U.S. But, yeah, I mean, trying to take over a tanker full of corrosive acid known as phosphoric acid, I have no idea what they planned on using this for, but, I just think it's kind of weird that the military was out there answering a distress call, and on their way, missiles come overhead. I think we're going to see some more stuff begin to escalate here. Now, there was a truce signed by Israel and Hamas to extend it a little bit. More hostages are being released as well. 11 more hostages have been freed. So we may start seeing this war start to take a little bit of a slow down approach, but tensions in the Middle East with Iran and whatnot, and including you know, all of the rebels on the north side of Israel, I think that could also pose a situation, because mind you, Hamas is in the southeast where Gaza is. That's not including Hezbollah to the north. That's not including the Houthis to the south. So we could definitely start to see this escalate. Now, guys, I've been enjoying time with family and friends who came from out of state lately. It's where I've been a little bit AFK and not posting as much, and that's because I finally it's been over a year since I've seen them. You know, they all kind of came in for the Thanksgiving time, so I've been enjoying my time with them. It's been super awesome. And that's why I haven't been fully on. There also hasn't been much major news, which is a good sign. So I took it as a thought to be like, hey, you know, time to enjoy this time I have with them. So that's what I've been doing this past week, and I hope you guys can fully understand that. Again, if you're a channel member, thank you very much. I'm going to be increasing the retention on channel memberships, and basically mean I'm going to be trying to get more content out for the channel members as we look at all the numbers and everything. So thank you all very much. It's greatly appreciated, and I will see you guys later on. Again, thank you very much.